Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the StarLadder CIS RMR. It's the closed qualifiers, and we're hopping into our second series of the day here on the A stream. My name is Dinko, joined by Holka for this one, and we've had a very one-sided best of three. We've had a long break in between, but I hope you're all coming back in. And Holka, how are you feeling coming into our second match? Because we've just had a very one-sided one. Are you hoping for more of a closer affair coming into this one?
Yeah, absolutely. I would like to see a closer match, but at the same time, if we just see forZe come in here and dominate, I also wouldn't mind that too much, just because if these teams can get rolling going into the main event, that would be what would be really exciting to see, which of these teams can really compete and try and get that spot towards the major.
Well, of course, you spoke of forZe, but their opponents will be Kyiv, and obviously coming into this one, in the first days of closed qualifiers, you always see the best teams play against some of the weaker seeds, right? And generally, you will see a lot of one-sided affairs, and it's all about the underdog really showing up and really trying to bring the fight to the big teams. And we've already seen one team walk away with a very convincing win. That was Entropic a little bit earlier on today, taking a 2-0 win over against Khan. But, you know, coming into the second game, Kyiv, they've been picking up a few wins online. You know, they've looked pretty dangerous against some of the weaker teams, but forZe seem to just be one of those teams that they kind of will stay at a good level and then they'll drop off for a good few months. And they've made this roster change, they brought in new players. I think, to be honest, this forZe team that they have right now, I think it's got a little bit more potential for the future. I think Zorte is quite a dynamic AWPer. I think he's got a little bit about him that makes me think that there's more room for growth. I think Zapower became a little bit stale on the team. So for me, forZe look quite exciting. I don't know how you feel about them, Holka, but they're definitely a team that you should be scared of if you're one of these CIS teams right now.
Yeah, I think so. I like the way they've managed to come bring these new players into the lineup, right, and reinvent themselves a little bit as a team. I think it's been a long time coming for forZe, who for a long time had the same core or the same roster sticking together, but getting some fresh blood in there, I think was important, because it felt like they were starting to stagnate slightly. There was that period of time where they were really showing us what they could do, but now we're getting to see a new look squad, and earlier on we got to see Entropic also show us what they're made of as one of the newer squads in the CIS to watch out for.
Yeah, well, we're running two simultaneous streams right now over on the StarLadder channels. We've got here on the main stream you're currently watching. We've got a lot more action coming our way. We get to see Entropic earlier on. Over on the secondary stream with Cody and Danny, they will be commentating over the next couple of games we have. Earlier on, we had an Amiga, and they took on Marlian, and obviously getting themselves a win. They'll be heading on to the winner's bracket final to play against Entropic for a spot in the main event. Down in the elimination bracket, we find Can and Marlian. They're the results of our previous games that we've had earlier today. And moving on to the games we've got right now, obviously, Alex, we take a look at forZe. They'll be wanting to head into that winner's bracket to try and get into the main event as early as possible. They're the team we definitely see as the favorites. Down on the other side of things, they'll be over on the B stream. I think K23, I think that team's probably going to be the one with that's going to move through. I think they're the favorites coming into this one, Alex, to make it through to the winner's bracket. But I don't really know how you feel about it, but I personally feel like K23 have the edge there.
Yeah, I think so. I think K23 showed us, even in the last RMR tournament, what they can do. So I think they should be the favorites to come out of that one and maybe get us that all-exciting winner bracket matchup, which would be a really cool game to see, actually. I think that one could be open if we got forZe versus K23. I think there's a potential for a really good game there.
Yeah, definitely. I think there really is a chance for quite a few good games in this side of the bracket. Group B definitely feels like it's up in the air a little bit more. I think over on the Entropic group in Group A, I think they're clear favorites to move through. But in this group, yeah, I think forZe could definitely get tested by the likes of K23. And we'll find out if they can get tested against Esports Club Kyiv. The veto coming in early on. It's going to be a Vertigo ban coming out straight away. And honestly, we've seen Vertigo already today. I'm fine with getting that out of there. Unfortunately, we won't be seeing Nuke. That's going to be banned out by Esports Club Kyiv.
And instantly going into Mirage for the forZe side of things. A map that I think I've heard some people question when teams pick Mirage, just because it is a map that almost anyone can play to some level, and every top team is going to know to a decent extent, but I don't mind the pick as much. I still think you can master this map to some extent. I think forZe are one of the teams that do really well when they do pick it. Then over on the Kyiv side, they go ahead and pick up Inferno.
Incheon again, Alex. It's the third map. Will we get it this time? We had it earlier on in our video, but we never got to head to the third map. Maybe we go to it this time. Who really knows? I feel like looking at this veto, it's much more balanced. I think we should be getting a bit of a closer game. Mirage, you know, you've pointed out, forZe have definitely shown that they're a team that are very comfortable on Mirage. They've shown a real willingness to go towards it with every iteration of their roster. So I feel like Mirage should be forZe's, but Inferno, I don't know. I think that could go either way. I think Inferno is one of those maps where I've never really been too confident about forZe on it. They looked okay at times, then they looked god-awful, and then they looked pretty good. So it's just kind of what forZe is going to show up today here on Inferno. But I feel like there's a small chance Kyiv could take that one away.
Yeah, I think that there's definitely the potential here. This series, I think, could be slightly closer than the last one. I don't know if there's much of a chance overall for the series win for EC Kyiv, but I'm hoping we get the more competitive maps. I think we can get that through here in this one, and Inferno especially will be an important battleground, because I think forZe need to show us that they are going to do well on Inferno. It's a map you're going to have to play well on in general throughout this tournament. We know some other CIS teams like to play it quite a lot, so it's an early test to see what they can do on that map.
I think we'll all be real winners, though, if we have to go to Inchin as the third map, right? We haven't really had the chance to see that just yet, but I'm sure we'll get plenty more opportunities throughout the qualifier, and of course the main event that will be coming up in the future. The closed qualifier, of course, if you're unfamiliar, you're coming into this and you're wondering what the hell you're watching. This is the StarLadder RMR qualifier, the closed qualifier for the main event. The RMR stands for the regional major ranking, so it's all of the regions looking to qualify with enough points to get to the World Championship, which is the major. They'll be held towards the end of the year, and this is a closed qualifier to get to that main event. And in that main event, Holka, we already talked about it, right? You've got some of the best teams in the world in there already, so it's definitely going to be a difficult task, even if you make it through the closed qualifier. That seems difficult enough already, right? These teams, you see a lot of these guys in those tier 3 tournaments, and it's never easy to get through any of these guys, especially when we're all playing online.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of hot competition here, so we'll definitely be keeping an eye on some of those lesser-known teams. They could definitely come through and surprise us. There's always the chance that could happen. I think in general for forZe, though, I think looking down their lineup, I'm still really excited by Flip. I think at the last RMR event, he was one of the players who continued to play to his level. Whereas for some of these other players, I do think they might have dipped down slightly when going up against that stiffer competition. I think Flit has been in this team so long for a good reason, because he is such a reliable source of fragging, such a reliable player in his spots on this team, and obviously he has a very good working relationship with Jerry, because those two have been together for such a long time now.
Yeah, I think Jerry obviously is a big talking point, one of the good in-game leaders from the CIS region. Something that a lot of regions struggle with is finding sort of in-game leaders to stick around and really build some of these new projects. And I think having Jerry around is a very, very good thing for this team, because he just adds that little bit of extra spice. I don't know if he's the most tactical in-game leader, but he certainly knows to call the right mid-rounds at the right time. When it comes to Flit, as you just mentioned, it's not like people haven't tried to get him, right? A lot of big orgs have been interested in picking him up. There was, rumors around Navi trying to get him for their team. So clearly Fit is a hot prospect, and you mentioned how he still performs against some of the best teams in the CIS region. That's certainly true, right? We've got to see that be a consistent thing. If Flit can get going here in the closed qualifier, if he can have a good performance rolling into the main event, that could be very exciting for the forZe team. So, I mean, there's lots of things to look forward to, even if you think forZe should be winning this 2-0 and winning it comfortable and getting their spot. I think you've still got to look to some of the exciting parts about forZe's questions that you want answered. Will the AWPers be showing up? Will Zorte be performing well? What will forZe look like? Because so often do we see forZe and they come in and they upset big teams, but also we'll see a forZe come into a tournament and they'll do nothing, right? So we definitely want to see a good sign here for forZe moving into the major qualifications, because we're getting closer to that major, right? We're getting closer to the World Championship, and this time it's really going to happen. I feel like it, Alex. I feel like this time, this is the one. This is the time where we actually get the major. So as you get closer and closer, each one of these tournaments, they start to really become more and more important, right? You get more points for them. The value of the points become much stronger. So yeah, this is the time for forZe to perform. They can't drop the ball anymore.
Certainly. And I think for forZe, something you want to watch out for with this team is they generally have somewhat of a different style to a lot of other teams you'll play against. You always hear a lot of the players that play against forZe for the first time saying they have a very distinct style, where sometimes they're going to go pretty aggressive and maybe catch you off guard, and then sometimes they're going to go really quiet across the map, and it's it's that difference of their styles where they can do either at either point of the game that can make them pretty hard to read at times. So they might go for a push early and then just go silent for so long, and you're there scratching your head wondering what's going on. So definitely something to keep an eye on. They do like to play things different sometimes, and it's forZe starting on this T side of Mirage with a couple of nades at the ready for this A side.
Yeah, looking to go heavy into the A execute at the beginning of this one. Take a look at the defense right now for Esports Club Kyiv. It's only one player. It's Uklat trying to hold on. Deep smoke for the top of the connector, and S4 has come over towards jungle. He's got himself the opening kill. Flares over the top of the stairs. Nothing else spotted, but the CTs will be happy with that man advantage. Bomb planted for forZe. They push in towards CT spawn. Bomb's not actually planted for CT spawn. It's planted for the ramp.
Couple of players stuck on the site for forZe. Not normally ideal post-plant spots, but there are no nades to flush them out. So they can continue to hold these positions as EC Kyiv still sit on the other side, finally starting to make the move and starting to get some kills towards the bomb site. Jerry doing his best work on the trades, but they're on the bomb. Flit has to deny, and I don't think he's going to get the chance to do it. Kenzie running in, but the lockdown is there for EC Kyiv, and the retake comes through.
That was all down to that bomb plant position, right? I almost wonder if they messed that up, because it looked like everybody wanted to go in towards CT, and then suddenly they dropped back. They stopped going towards CT, that plan's called off, and they drop back into the site. You can see they take really weak post-plant positions in towards default and triple. They're not spots players who want to play in for those retake situations. So I almost wonder if the bomb planter kind of screwed up a little bit, put it in the wrong spot, because that post-plant was not set up at all to work out for forZe. Everything else was good, though. The take was pretty solid.
Yeah, the start of the round was solid, and the thing I like about that is you get the bomb plant guaranteed. You go ahead and get yourselves plenty of potential weapons that you can make the most of in this follow-up round. I'll try and do that here. I do wonder what the win rate on these sorts of rounds specifically are sometimes. When you get the bomb down, you get this great buy. It just feels so good for the teams.
It really does. And it almost feels like in some scenarios, it does feel better to lose the pistol round, because you will have a huge investment coming in from the CT side. If you can break that down with your solid buy, then they're in a situation where they don't even have money for the next couple. But luckily in this one, it's been a pretty good start for Kyiv. You see Kyiv, there's two opening picks for them. Amster getting one, and now it's going to be Bur9 taking himself the last three. Very clean. It almost looked like there was nothing there. forZe might as well have just had Glocks right there. So very good job for EC Kyiv, and I think they'll be very happy with that.
Yeah, I think they will be. They go ahead and close out that second round and get themselves off to a good start, which I think is going to be key if they're going to get the chance to come through and get this game for themselves. Getting that good start just puts you in that nice position. You know you've got a couple of rounds early. You can get those early gun rounds together. You do need to make sure you don't lose against the Deagles, though, here.
You do not want to lose against the Deagles, that's for sure. And we know what forZe can do with the Deagles. It might not even be their choice, as Almirza finds himself the opening kill. Bur9 coming back into play. Still going to be the man advantage for forZe up until that point. Turned back by Bur9 as Kenzie's out of play. Now Uklat trying to walk his way down connector out into the hands of Almirza, and I don't know if that re-aggression was exactly needed, and they're giving themselves chances here, but Bur9 is the player that's denying it all. forZe still with a chance to get a bomb plant, if nothing else. And that's money secured into the next one at least, but they've got a Galil, they've got a Deagle, and a 2v2 in front of them. This is certainly a winnable round, Hawker.
Certainly winnable. Flit's still alive late round, as he often will be for this team. Looking for a headshot. He spotted the players on short, so we'll reposition onto the site, but the molly makes life difficult. Really well-placed utility for the retake, and now Zorte has it all to do. Another molly. He's gonna get the initial kill, though, but he's stuck ahead of the flames, having to fight. Tap to the bomb. Zorte has to come in with the spray. Oh, no, he doesn't know where the bomb's planted. He can't get the shots to land, and it's a clean sweep for Esports Club Kyiv early. They've got a 3-0 lead.
Oh, that is unfortunate for forZe. Heartbreaking, some might say, towards the end of that one. It's come so close though. If you're Esports Kyiv, you don't want to even let that one go. You don't even want to let it be that close, but at least they get the round win. 3-0 up, but forZe, they did get the money, and that is important for them going into this gun round. They will get a little bit of extra cash, which means the AWP, utility in play. Esports Club Kyiv definitely threw away a lot in that round, so they lose this round, all that hard work could be undone. Their money might just be in the bin, and that's a missed shot from Zorte, a missed opportunity that could have started off the round well, giving forZe the man advantage, but instead 5v5 at the beginning of round 4.
See what they can do with them. forZe, the early mid control, looks to be the aim of the game. Smokes down from both sides early. That exchange of utility already coming through. forZe are going to be pretty happy with this, though. They haven't used many nades to take mid, and they're baiting out CT utility. They're not ready for one of those AWPs, though. Zorte picked off early. Now BO9 coming in. Nice quick headshot. He'll try and back away, and the trade kills keep coming. This AWP connector doing really good damage, but Jerry's out onto A.
Yeah, Jerry, that's a big headshot to find, but Smash, can he come in and save the day? He's found one headshot. 40 seconds left with Jerry. He's got one good kill in towards the A side, but he's got to recover that bomb into middle. And it would have been easier if he was up against just one opponent, but he's got two he's got to find here. And with 30 seconds left to recover the bomb, get it to a site, and survive two players, that seems a little difficult right now for Jerry. 20 seconds now. 10 have ticked by since the beginning of this. And he's got to find his way in towards the A site, which he might just be able to do, but he's got to run now. He's got to sprint and commit to the plant, but where does he plant? Does he plant on the safe side of the triple? He's gone for the default stance, and that's the best plant position for him right now. He'll commit to default and try and just turn this into a 1v1 if possible. He had that opportunity, but now they know his position. They know he's on that side of the site. So that does allow them to become much more tunnel visioned as they get back into the bomb site. He's done well to reposition over towards Tetris. But now they move as a unit, as two players. And Jerry, he has got utility left, but he wants the 1v1s. He's done it. That's going to be the Molotov onto default as well. It makes things a little more difficult. And Jerry coming in with the headshots. A fantastic clutch out of the in-game leader. And it's the first posted for forZe.
So what you can expect out of Jerry, always a solid fragging IGL. In the last few months, his rating on this team has been middle of the pack. He's a really good individual player. S4 here coming in with the early kills too. He did a really good bit of work early in connector. A couple of closer range shots, even trading out that player on short who was caught out by the connector player. It was really well done. Here comes the boost early for Zorte. This is a play forZe like to run pretty often to try and get the opening pick. Hasn't worked out this time, but you can see the CT economy is on the ropes right now.
That's what I was saying early on, right? You know, even though forZe lose the first 3 rounds, the fact that they've made them so expensive, they've been able to get bomb plants, they've been able to drop so many players over on the Esports Club Kyiv side, just one round win is enough to put them in this situation where you're 1 round away from just breaking down that economy. But a nice shot from S4 has opened things up, but Kenzie, he was close by. And now they've got to try and find the second, and Kenzie's got that as well. An incredible start to the round here from Kenzie. And forZe have found themselves in a 3v2. Smash at least keeping it even, but Amster comes in with the deagle. Kenzie, another kill found from him. And now it's just 1 player versus 2. Amster's got them within 1 shot of death to the bodies of both remaining players. Amster also on 16 HP. Starts to walk forward, headshot in. Can he get the second shot off? Nearly onto Almeza. Luckily, the kill comes in for forZe, and the ult picked up as well. Oh, these rounds are so close, Alex, but so unfortunate for Esports Club Kyiv. They lose the round, which means no money for them in this one.
Wow, this has been an explosive start to the game, man. I'm enjoying this already. That's what Mirage can be like sometimes, too. I enjoy how open the map is for these sorts of plays. You get to see these individual plays come through quite often. Both teams really showing up early with some high-level Counter-Strike. And now forZe have got a right read here. They're spotting for the mid-aggression. Early nade from Jerry will help them out. I think they should be able to clean up.
Oh
well,
no. Then. Flit just getting run down by an angry Amster. Has got an AK now. Good kill. Almirza peeks out to window, but he's only got one kill. And now suddenly it's all on Zorte. AK-47 in hand, that bomb ticking. All he needs to do now is try and stay alive and run that clock down as well. That is the insurance policy. He's got himself one kill, just back away, but significant damage. It's not a cleanup at all. It's quite messy, in fact. They're going to try and get on the bomb, but Zorte's got himself the double kill. 3-3 tied up on the board, but again, like you said, Hawker, oh, oh no.
Yeah, oh dear. I mean, it's nice to see the strong start coming in, but forZe already coming back and just about holding on to that round. I'm hoping, though, we're seeing competitive rounds early. It's really promising to see. Let's hope the gun rounds can be the same. Early on, forZe have put a fair bit of emphasis into the mid control. Going for that again here. Jerry making the early move. 3 players waiting for him, though. That is a great read from the CTs.
Almirza with the AK. Oh, spotted one head up towards Stab. What? S4 pulled his knife out in the open. Almirza's got 2 kills he wasn't expecting. Every single kill goes Almirza's way. He just wanted the stairs fight, but he ended up getting 3 kills out of it. And Almirza's running down into CT. He might just find even more. Blinded. Not able to pick up a 4th kill yet, but eventually will. And now he's looking for the ace. He's looking for all 5. Almirza gets it stolen away. Kenzie is the party pooper. You know, that would be enough for me just to be angry with him. But luckily they're not on boot camp, so he's not going to be over at his chair right there.
Yeah. Wow, I'm enjoying this so far. I really am. Just seeing how open this game is right now is great. I love this response from forZe too. You see the 3 players in connector. Just a quick response, right? Let's get out onto the A site. Let's just take the fight to them. Almirza does it all.
It's kind of incredible, honestly, Hawker, that he was just looking for one fight on stairs. Just looking for 1 kill, ends up just getting everybody. That's what can happen when there's little crazy openings like that. When you put yourself in the position for success, you end up more often than not getting those opportunities. Jerry up in Palace, now tapping down into jungle. Good kill here from Almirza. Bomb is down in spawn, it's been spotted. But the issue is they don't really have the resources to really hold on to it. And Almirza even pulls the P250 for the kill, so no real issues right now. Amster, the last player alive. It's taking every bone in my body, you know, every last bit of willpower, not to make a hamster joke, Alex. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll get one as the game goes on.
Either that or Amsterdam. Who knows?
Who knows? Plenty of options. Well, Amster not getting anything going at the end there. forZe finally winning a more convincing round with a 5-3 lead. They'll have some money in the bank, and they'll have those 2 AWPs to continue with on the T side. That is another thing I like about Mirage. You can go ahead and run these double AWPs on the T side at times, which is always fun to watch out for.
So a technical pause coming in, and of course, like you said, you can do this AWP setup. I remember back at DreamHack Masters, I was casting, I think it was Winter, and I remember Fury just walked out like 4 AWPs on was it T side of Mirage? But I don't know, it was four AWPs at least on at least the CT or T side of Mirage, but it was incredible, Alex, it truly was. And then I interviewed Art at the end of the game, and I asked him, you know, well, what was the thought between the AWPs? And he goes, more AWPs equals win, you know? So, you heard it from him. So, 4 AWPs on the server. Who knows which way this one's going to go?
Who knows? It is exciting start to this game. I think we've got a good series on our hands here if these teams keep playing like this. Amster taking that secondary AWP over to the apartments. It can be an awkward angle to clear. You get this tight gap, and he's trying to see if he can find it. I always hate this angle, but Amster's loving it. Quick reactions for the kill.
Yeah, hamster-like reactions, Alex. Incredible stuff. They open things up, and Jerry's been tied down to 15 HP as well, but he'll get away. He's still alive at least, but look at this. I love this. They get one kill into the apartments. They don't just take their kill, they take the apartments as well. And now forZe are forced to try and find an avenue of approach back into the A site. And it does allow for a rotation to come over towards A if they want. But they're still keeping 2 players up in the B apartments on defense. Got Kenzie up into the ladder room, waiting for some reaggression is Jerry, and he's been able to find S4. And this is where that second player in the apartments might just come in handy. If they go into the B site, they've got 2 players up there, but if they go A, there's a little bit of a weakness, but luckily, Euclid has gone in towards Palace, and Beer9 has been able to find a kill on Flit as well. So suddenly on 4v3, and this round's looking good for Esports Club Kyiv right now. They've got a lot of control across the map, and they've got the man advantage.
Yeah, really good stuff here. Low time left on the clock, but I think the A site should be open enough to get that bomb down. It all depends on whether they're aware of that Palace player, though. Low time, oh boy. We might see it come through any second now. Klut is looking. He doesn't decide to peek, though. Plays it patiently. They're willing to play the retake.
Jerry tucked in the corner, blind. As Beer9 goes around the corner, it's 1 kill for him, and Euclid coming in with a follow-up. It's all on Kenzie. One of the newer players here in forZe looking to try and take a 1v4. This would be a big statement at the start of the qualifier here. StarLadder RMR, he'll get himself 1, but Defuse always coming in. Esports Club Kyiv getting their 4th round, and I have to say, that round was actually quite good from them. You know, to watch across the board, the initial pick into the apartments, taking that control back, and then having some Palace aggression as well, they really suffocated forZe and give them very little to play with.
And it showed really good composure to play in that post plant, not to overfight and just try and deny the bomb, which is very tempting in that spot with such little time left on the clock. But they're really confident that their retake will be successful, and that's a very positive sign. I like that they're basically playing this like they probably would in the scrims, right? They're not trying to take unnecessary risks. They're saying, we think we have those fundamentals down. We think we can use that utility to go ahead and get this retake going. They did so very well there.
Mid-execute coming out from forZe. This is going to be the top mid smoke. And the window smoke up to try and get the player into the boost, but it's not worked out for Flit. Beer9 is so ready for that. Turns back, finds his opponent, and opens things up completely here for Esports Club Kyiv. A split certainly coming in here for forZe. 2 players in towards connector, 2 out ramp. Or should I say 1 out ramp, 1 out of the Palace. So should be a good split on the cards here for Beer9. Looking to spoil the party. Usually Beer makes for a good party, but not in this one. Down and out, it's Kenzie in a 1v4, and again, this one's impossible, goes down. They don't even get the site. I'm loving this from Esports Club Kyiv. They're just controlling the entire map from the beginning of the round, and forZe, they tried to take that early window control, Alex, but it just didn't work for them.
Yeah, as soon as you get shut down by that, you're not going to have a fun time in the rest of the round. You can't even get part A of your plan to be successful, and that means the following parts of it are never even going to come into play. Really enjoying what we're seeing here from Esports Club Kyiv. I think this is a really exciting start to the series for them. They're showing us new stuff, different stuff in some of these rounds. Heavy emphasis on mid in some of these. They're switching their setups, which I think you really have to do on Mirage these days. I think it's really important to switch the way you're playing. They're doing that, and now in this round, they look pretty well prepared on this A side.
Nice headshot from Almazer. Follow-up in as well. Euclid's gone down, and fire burns away Almazer. Now it's a 4v2. Jerry is the man leading that charge. Finally, Kenzie gets brought down out of play, and here goes the AWP of Amster. Smoke down, severing off the information flow, but right to the smoke. Bomb plant denied. And that does throw a big, dirty, rusty spanner into the works right now. Zorte, luckily, is a handyman, and he begins to fix that problem right away. But Amster trying to get in, but flits in with a headshot first. They don't even need the bomb plant. They just get the kills. It's 6-5 for forZe as they're into the lead again. But a lot of these rounds coming close. A lot of them scrappy. And that makes for an exciting game of Counter-Strike to start things off today.
Yeah, it's been a good start, I think, for both teams. You know, forZe have still been playing well themselves, certainly. Almeza, especially with some of these A entries, has been showing us what he can do. So even though we are singing the praises of Esports Club Kyiv, I think that's because of the lower expectations we had for them. And we definitely need to point out that forZe are still playing well themselves. 6-5 in the lead. And this could be the breaking point for either team here. No money in the bank. So quite a key round on our hands.
Smoke in towards top connector. Amster's being severed off. Then S4 is looking down into the apartments. Good peek out, but no kill for S4. Luckily, he gets away, but now he's under pressure, being pushed from short and the apartments. The kill comes in quickly from forZe. This B site's been taken, and over on the other side of things, the stacker's trying to be put in play towards A, and it hasn't worked out for them. Amster luckily able to pick up one kill, but it's not going to be enough, and of course, has to be the safe call coming in for EC Kyiv. And that's going to be forZe up to 7 rounds on the T side.
It's starting to get rolling now. We didn't get to see many plays end on this B site earlier on, but this time they go for it, and just a 1-for-1 is good enough for them to get onto the site. They get that kill onto B. They get themselves a fairly easy round. And that's how that B site oftentimes plays out. If you just have a solo defender there, the real aim for the one-man holding is just to try and delay and give time for backup, because there aren't many routes back into that B site. But in this scenario, if you can get the kill very quickly as the Ts, the chance for the CTs coming back into the round is so slim that oftentimes they will just have to give up on it unless they're gifted an early kill. So good work from forZe, focusing on that early frag over towards B. They get themselves a 7-5 lead, and we get our first timeout. Finally, bit of a chance to breathe.
Yeah, just a lot of breath in. Because so far it has been an incredibly back and forth, scrappy affair of Counter-Strike, and it's been definitely entertaining to watch. You know, Alex, if I could breathe through my nose right now, I'd love to do that, but hay fever is preventing me from doing so. Anywhere, I don't know if that's a term just used in the UK, but basically allergies to the grass, which sucks. So, would not recommend.
Can't be easy to breathe for S4 right now either, on top of that smoke. He's looking for a line of sight, though, holding his breath right now. He scopes him with a sniper and connects that early shot onto Zorte.
Yeah, I mean, at least they have gas masks on the CT side. The T side just go in with, like, cloths over their face, dude. So, I mean, the CT side are definitely more well-equipped. But forZe don't really care. They've got a man deficit, but they've got to fight back. And Flit is hiding in the smoke himself, ready to go through. And BR9 is ready for him. Good kill, though, from Flit. Very quick to react. Luckily, the 1-for-1 trade comes in favor of Almeza. So suddenly, 3v3 again here. forZe have pulled it back into an equilibrium. But where do they go with 50 seconds left? Do they hit the A site with 2 players that just vacated? Or do they commit to the B site where the rotation is coming in? The bomb can go through the underpass, and well, Uclat's got the perfect timing to peek in towards B. He spotted Flit, and he was walking towards A, so that's going to cause the rotation back over towards Ticket Box. And this is going to be the play into the A side, but Uclat could stop it all from happening. Rotation starts to come in from his teammates as well. It's all about just delaying, stopping this bomb from going down, trying to prevent the forZe players from getting into post-plant positions. If they can do that, then they have a chance at winning this round. But unfortunately, they've got the bomb down, they've got their post-plants, and now a 2v3 has to play out.
Kenzie playing this post plant from the site itself. They still have flashes. There's nades coming at Kenzie though. Not any damage done this time. He's just going to hold the line and see if he can use this unexpected angle initially. They're all coming in from CT, and Almeza has that angle with the orb. Kenzie with the lineup. Beautifully played post plant from forZe, and another explosive end to a round.
Yeah, that's incredible. Kenzie just peeks out. Just a little jiggle peek for some info. Gets the perfect shoulder peek for the double kill lineup. Nothing much you can say about that one other than, you know, it is a little bit of luck coming into play, but also just perfect lineup for him. 8-5. Good round there from forZe, honestly. You have to remember they were down 4 versus 3. Somehow pull it back into that situation. And come out on top. So 8-5. Round 14. Mid take early again from forZe. This time a little faster, putting pressure onto Smash and S4, who have found themselves those openings. And now Almeza goes down as well. The CT's finding early picks as forZe get out in towards the A site. They're up on top of Tetris. And they're going to try and put pressure onto the remaining defense, but they've lost 2 players. And immediately rotation is over here as well, so not the best start for forZe at all.
Ooh, Zorte, another fast shot from him. Both Orpers have been showing us some style so far today, but this time not enough substance from Zorte as he gets run down. Was in a very tough spot though, because he was trying to sell the fake on A while his riflers run it all the way back to B.
Flit and Kenzie straight in, but they haven't checked bench. Oh, they don't need to. They react quicker. Amstrad able to get himself a kill, and that's suddenly a chance yet again for forZe. Is this another unwinnable round turned into a winning show for forZe? They've done it again and again. But this round, in round 14, it looked completely unwinnable. But here they go. Flit, he's going to be hard checked. It's all on Kenzie. 1 up. Now 2 players left. He's going to try and put pressure on them. Molotov will heat things up, and he's finally dropped down. Incendiary in a good spot. Forces him into one angle. And it's easy to pre-fire when you know where he's going to be. And it's 8-6 coming in. Esports Club Kyiv. Another one where it was way too close for comfort, but at least they win this round. At least they get it over the line this time.
Yeah, they do. Again, it's always scary, I just feel, playing against forZe. Like, I'd never feel safe playing against them in these sorts of rounds because they do things like that every now and then where you might not expect it and they might stretch you and put you under pressure. But so far, I think Esports Club Kyiv have done a good job at dealing with that. And speaking of pressure, Jerry's already making a move up mid.
Good aggressive play from Yuko in towards ramp, though. He's been able to find an opening. And he wants more. He's not done with his early kill. He's got into the smoke and... Oh, Zorte, he's got the worst angle for it, but somehow still gets the kill.
Ooh, nice shot from S4. Finding the head of Kenzie. That bomb needs to be recovered, but more importantly, they need to find a clear path to the bomb site because this sniper is still sitting in CT. Molly will force him away. That might help get that bomb planted. Jerry even looking to see if he can swing out into the open. He's got the initial kill. And the second one. Great play from Jerry.
Jerry's definitely taken some rounds into his own hands, but this might just be another one added to the tally. He's gone in towards ramp, another one. Down in towards the CT ramp itself, and easy pickings for Jerry. 3 in the round. And suddenly it's all on Smash. He's got to be an all-star as he comes back into this 1v2. And he's got a nice little tap. That's disgusting. Coming in from Smash. The last remaining player is elusive. And it's Flit who's got in towards jungle. He's going to try and stick the defuse. Flit spamming away. Defuse being stuck. Oh my god, Hawkeye. He's pulled off the defuse.
Oh no. Just not enough ammo at the end there for Flit. Desperately spraying into the smoke. A couple more shots, but a couple more shots weren't in the clip. Really competitive start to this game, though, which is exactly what we were hoping to see. We got a blowout in the first one, but we want to see some closer Counter-Strike. And look, Esports Club Kyiv, they came into this. They have been doing all right in the CIS region recently. They've been getting a few wins under their belt. They're maybe not as known of a team as some of the other squads in this tournament, but so far, they're holding their own. Yeah.
We move into the second half. forZe after a heartbreaking loss. We'll look to try and just reset mentally going into the second half. And Kenzie looking for the run-up in towards Connector. He's been put down. Flit and Jerry find a couple of kills between them. Smash getting involved as well. He's now the last remaining player. He would need to do it all, and he's got so many angles to try and fight, and he runs out of ammo on the second swing of Zortite. 9-7 on the board. And we find ourselves here in round 17. forZe answering back into the pistol.
Nice shots early on mid, using that USP range to their advantage. I'm not counting out this round from Esports Club Kyiv, though. They've got themselves Deegs, and we've seen plenty of close rounds that have been similar to this so far throughout this game. Not many nades on the T side this time round, so mainly will come down to the Deagles and likely down to the headshots to get them into this one.
You're a little bit worried about this situation if you're forZe, right? Because you lost that early player to the Eagle. But luckily you pulled it back. Kenzie's able to get in, and Jerry's pushed all the way down into ramp into spawn, and this might just cost him the bombs over here. Jerry's about to walk right into the bomb carrier. He's going to bring him down. That's the bomb on the floor. forZe definitely feeling a little bit more comfortable now. And Flit's found Beer Knight trying to make his play on the A side. Jerry right up behind. Smash has gone down as well. And Amster is now the last remaining player in a 1v4. Deagle in hand. Spotting Jerry. And that's a kill at least, but winning anything other than that kill is very, very unlikely. Especially because he's going to back up into the waiting arms of an MP9, but he's going to win that fight. And he'll sprint his way into the B site. Will he get there on time, though, and be able to get the bomb planted? That's a different story, Hawker, but he's trying his best.
One pot shot won't land. MP9 out as he jumps down onto the site, but with such little time left, Flit was in a prime position to finish the job. 16 kills now for Flit, top of the server. Joint with Beer9, though, who's been playing really well himself. But it is that man we were pointing out in the pre-game, Flit, who's been doing a lot of good work for forZe. Beer9, though, I mean, that entry onto A even, that just creates much more chaos in the round, right? It stretches the defense. So getting kills like that are really valuable to give yourself a chance to do even more damage in that round.
Kenzie and Jerry getting 2 kills, though. Very, very clean stuff in towards middle. And Smash is, again, last alive in this 1v5. He'll walk back in towards top middle. Deagle in hand, spotting out the head of the bench, but there's also a flank committed from Departments if this top mid push does not kill him. In fact, Zorte will, so first try, first luck, and it's 11-7 for forZe. Again, if you're just tuning in, if you're wondering whose map pick this is, you could take a look at the left side of your screen. Under the minimap, you'll find Mirage, picked by forZe, indicated by the logo beside it. And up next will be Inferno, the map pick of Esports Club Kyiv. And if needed, then we have Ancient as the third map. It was the third map in play earlier on today as well in our first best of 3, but we didn't need it. Unfortunately, we didn't get to play, see that one played, but it could come out today. Could come in this series, Alex. It's been a pretty close at bat, and Jerry's trying to go for some aggression. It's a wild spray, and it hasn't found anything.
That's something else that forZe love to do on their CT side, those underpass pushes every now and then, and normally I'd say they're fairly effective, but this time, Jerry gets a decent chance at the fight, just kind of fluffs his line slightly, which is a shame, because he's been playing pretty well so far. Let's see if forZe can find a way back into the round. The question here is, do they have a contingency plan for when Jerry's push goes against him? Is there a follow-up idea, or are they happy just to sit back in a 4v5 and say, well, you've got the numbers advantage, but we still think we can beat you?
Zorte over towards CT. Here comes 4 players to the ramp. 1 in towards top connector. It's Uquat winning that. Waiting for his teammates to get into better spots, and here now it is telegraphed. They're going into the A site. 35 seconds. 2 players in towards CT spawn for forZe. Another just running straight through jungle. It's Almeza that swiftly upgrades his AK-47 with a kill. And now the lineup for Almeza. That's the bomb dropped as well. Another one from Almeza. That's 3 kills in quick succession. And he looks to try and close it out with a 4K. But S4 will deny. It's 12-7 as forZe continue their lead. And it was close up until this point, but now it really does feel like forZe is starting to clean up.
And when Almeza plays like this, I think that's when forZe are at their best. I think some people were questioning whether he was one of the players worth keeping in this forZe lineup. I think forZe themselves were even questioning it, because there were periods of time where he wasn't in their starting lineup. He wasn't in their active lineup. But they've brought him back, and he definitely has the skill for rounds like that sometimes. I think occasionally his decision-making can cost him, but when he's having a good game, like he is here, it really shows for this forZe side, and I think he's been the difference so far. His plays have put them in this position. Now they've got to make sure they can close this one out, because their Deegs are running rampant down mid.
Oh, and Flit. Good headshot on the S4, and now we got a 3v3. Another one from the Deagle. This is unbelievable for the T side. Luckily, Almeza is in. He was the hero in the last round. He's doing it again in this one. Just another clean double kill. BR9 nearly goes down there, but Almeza runs out of ammo, and that does give BR9 a chance to reposition up in towards the apartments. He's still trying to get the Deagle shot to land. Unfortunately, none coming his way, and this just shows, Alex, they do lose the round, but it just the fact that they're even coming close to winning those kind of rounds with Deagles just proves that all of these professional players, whether they be tier 3 to 1, are just incredible with their aim, right? Everybody's aim is just so good. Look at that.
Yeah, like if I was ever going to be a CSGO pro, it would have had to have been like once the games came out straight away. Because at this point, I just couldn't do some of these things. I just can't. I had a nice 1v3 yesterday with the AWP, but
nice.
that will happen like once every 10 games for me, Dinko. And these guys just do it every game.
Once every 10 games ain't bad, Hulky. You know, once every 10 games, that ain't bad. I wouldn't worry about that. Especially because
level
you're
8
on
on
this
Face
side
It,
of the
by the way.
broadcast.
Yeah, exactly. I'm level 8 on Face It now, Dinko. I'm up there. That's the highest I've ever been.
You're into the black ranks, dude. That's insane.
Getting there,
well done, dude.
I might get level 10 one day. I'll join Harry and the boys.
In quarantine, I don't get to play anything. So, yeah, it's a sad day here. Dude, I've been figuring out mobile games to play at this point, but we'll get right back into the action. It's round 21. What year was the 21 meme, Alex? What's 9 plus 10?
I have no clue what year that was.
Definitely wasn't 2021. Let me have a look here.
I'm guessing that was a Vine. I never really got into Vine.
No, I
wonder how many of our viewers don't even really know what Vine is.
Yeah, probably.
They're just TikTokers nowadays.
Man. July 2014. So, it was a while ago. To me, 2014 doesn't feel like that long ago. Especially because my body stopped aging then, you know? Still 14. Ooh. Good job, Flit. He tried to get up into... He's got a little taste of his own medicine, right? You know, he tried to get up into the window earlier on the T side. That's what happened to him, but now he's fighting back. He's doing the same to them, but Smash is smashing them. The Hulk's unleashed. He's got himself a double kill, and it's a 3v2 with 47 seconds left in play. forZe still hold the advantage, and Almeza's gotten towards the apartments, and that's where the bomb's coming. This could be the play that ends the round.
Oh, he even hears the scope in initially. Clearing the corner and hitting the shot despite Almeza being aware of it. And now Smash has cut off the rotation. Just like that, Esports Club Kyiv get the round to go their way. Unless Zorte has something to say, but I don't think he does. He's got to get gifted a kill early here. And the T's are just going to stick together on the site.
That's kind of nuts that... clearing the apartments in that position. I thought Almeza had won the round for forZe, but fair enough. AWP is so aware, and, I never really like when the bomb's walking into a position like that alone. in the most decisive part of the round, right? Because if you lose that fight, your round is done. You have no chance to recover that bomb, really. And Almazer, the only way he loses that is just getting wrecked by the AWP like that. So, fair enough. I mean, you just got to tip your hat to that one, and we deserve to lose if that happens. Fair play. But this was beautiful from Smash in towards window. Good movement as well, getting out through the ladder room, able to find the second shot very, very quickly before the information can even really be passed on and reaction be put in place. So 13-8 on the board. A little bit of a comeback maybe coming in here from Esports Club. I always do love on the StarLadder HUD how tiny the AUG is. Just look how small it is, Alex, on the HUD.
Especially right next to the AWP. It's not there anymore, though. Wide swing out through mid. Fear9 is having a great game today. He's just headshotting everyone, even trying to go through the smoke. Finally, Jerry gets the chance to shut him down, but I think it might be too little too late for forZe in this round.
That is lightning fast coming out of Esports Club Kyiv, and they even nearly find that kill on a Jerry as well. So, yeah, everything just kind of fell apart for forZe at the beginning of that one. A lot of good mid-takes coming in today. And that's something I remember forZe used to love to do as well, right? They used to love that really fast mid-control. It's really hard to stop when you have someone like Fear9 just hitting all of his shots. 2v4 though, not really seeing this as a winnable round for forZe unless Almazer can do something miraculous. Especially because Esports Club Kyiv know how important this is for them. And they can't really afford to throw this one away. So they will take their time. The bomb will get planted over here on the A site. Committing to the plant, dropping off the AWP, and now Almazer starts his walk around spawn. It is just a formality that this round play out because EC Kyiv have already won it convincingly. It's all about saving that AWP now if you're forZe. A little bit of utility, of course, and EM4 alongside Kevlar. But there's no money left here for forZe. You know, we go into this next round, they have nothing to play with, Hawker, so I do start to worry for them. You know, this lead can very easily start to fall out of your hands, so you have to be very careful if you're forZe. The next gun round is paramount that they win it.
Almazer will get the headshot. Amster, oh wow, he's got the angle. I didn't think he had the line of sight there, but being further away from the angle means the head pops up slightly more. That allows Amster to get one final frag at the end of the round. Look at these early shots, though. Small gap in the smoke for the AWP to work with. Makes the most of it, and then you saw the headshots later on into the round. Brilliant stuff. And for forZe, they do have to take a lower buy here. So we have to see something from Zorte here, who has been a little quiet so far, in all honesty.
Yeah, I haven't really ever said his name so far, you know, like across this entire map, you haven't really mentioned Zorte at all. So, yeah, it's a little strange that that is the case because Zorte, you know, back in the Team Unique days, he was the only shining light in that team, in my opinion. You know, he was always the player we were asking, someone good pick him up, please, because he was just going into these RMRs and these qualifier events and just not winning a single map, should I say, and meanwhile dropping nearly 30 kills, right? He was just trying his best, but finally on forwards and not really performing here. And let's see if he can step up. He's 11-2, 12, so he's not awful, but in this kind of round, you would like him to step up, and will be a bomb planting for Esports Club Kyiv. Time ticking away, and forZe, it's not really much of a chance to get anything into this one, so saving the AWP is not a bad call at all.
I think it is the right decision at this point. Pistol players can stick around and maybe try and do some damage. But other than that, you definitely want to keep the AK and the AWP into the next round. This will give them a few more nades. It should give them a bit of a better buy across the board. Gotta say, I was praising Flit earlier, but Almazer has continued to impress. He has had a couple of highlight moments, but he's also had some consistent fragging, even in the rounds where he's not been going nuclear, which is always important. It's every well and good getting a nice little highlight play every now and then, but you've got to make sure you carry it through into the further rounds, which Almazer has definitely done so far.
I've loved Almazer for a long time in terms of the performances when he's playing like this. And I think you mentioned it quite recently, right? Was the fact that, you know, when Almazer's performing, forwards seem to be at their best. And it's 100% true, but the issue is how often can they get that Almazer to show up? And too often, it's not enough. And I would like to see him become much more consistent. I think forwards obviously would like to see him become much more consistent because for the longest time, forwards have been very inconsistent overall. And I think probably Almazer is a little bit a part of that. So it'd be nice to see a solid Almazer showing up every day. Zorte. Oh, good opening kill this time. It's a signal that the play under the A site is certainly coming in. He has to be careful he doesn't get caught at position. Forward on triple. So he's going to get his 1 kill and drop back into CT spawn. Allows Jerry to go for some of the plays over the top of the wood. Run right up the ladder. Gets the headshot off before the kill comes in. And UClot trades him out almost immediately, but still at 4v3. And the follow-up kill is coming in from forZe. It's looking like 14 rounds locked in. Amster and Beer9 making a beeline into middle. Mackenzie's waiting for that. Finds Beer9 all on his lonesome, and it's all on Amster now. 1 versus 4. AWP in hand. Will get himself his first kill, but with 55 seconds left, he's got to run into the B site. And there's another player waiting for him close over towards the side of the map. But like I said, 55 seconds, so he could slow it down if he wanted to.
I think it's important for forZe that there are no more giveaways here. No more freebies. All right, we all like free stuff, unless it's yourself giving away the free kill to the opponent. Now Maze is trying to reposition. Nice position for him. An unexpected one from the AWP's perspective. Headshot connects, and they're able to save themselves 3 guns, which was key because their money isn't great. They need to make sure they save those 3 guns to keep that full buy into this round, which they have done. They're even going to get a double AWP setup going into this one. Both AWPers being the 2 lowest fraggers on the team right now for forZe. Normally on Mirage, you would want to see a bit more from those AWPs. I think especially on the CT side, there are options for them. So let's see if it's their time to step it up, or if it's Jerry's time to step up. Back to this underpass aggression, which didn't work for him previously, but it might work now. Oh, wow.
Whoa.
He's letting him go.
Yeah.
He's going to get the bomb.
He's going to find the bomb, Hawker. This is amazing here from Jerry. He's going to find the bomb waiting for him, and he's got 3 players in front of him as well. He's going to get closer and closer. They have no idea. They have absolutely no idea. Jerry's in behind them. He's walking right up the lineup. He'll get 2 kills out of it. Jerry drops 2, and the bomb is down there as well. Incredible play from the in-game leader of forZe. And the round is completely done. It's going to be map point here for forZe and their map pick. What a round to pull it off in. Jerry, fantastic job from him. Just a beautiful round overall. And he looks so deadpan. It's okay, Jerry.
He's not fussed. Standard day in the office for Jerry. But that's what we were talking about earlier with forZe. Not many teams go for multiple underpass pushes in a game like that, especially with just 1 player. But Jerry loves going for them, and you can see why. It oftentimes can allow you to slip through the cracks, get into the back lines, and then how about the composure to just line up those 2 players on mid with that AUG, use that scope for the tight spray, lock in the round for your team, and give forZe 1 more round, and only 1 more round required to get the win.
The most impressive part about that is the fact that Jerry got reamed out so many times going in towards underpass, and he just keeps doing it. And it's proof that persistence is key. Eventually, you'll get your opportunity. And UClot's going to get himself a great opportunity. That's 2 big kills coming in towards Connector. And the rest of his team now stepping up as well. Almazer's over on the B side of things. He's got himself a good headshot. Amster's down. And Almazer looking for a little bit more action, but the round should be already done. Esports Club Kyiv with a great opening into the A site has been enough to crack open this defense. Wide open, spilled on the floor, and UClot is the player that started it and closes it out as well. A 3K, fantastic round from him as we go into round 27. forZe, they have another opportunity to close it out here, but they let this one slip. There might just be a little bit of a comeback story beginning over on the T side. But these rounds I don't really see as sustainable, so I'm not worried just yet.
It is nice to see something from UClot, though, who has been their highest rated player in the last 3 months. hasn't had his best game here so far, but him and Beer9 are both joint top-rated players on this team, so expect him to be joining his comrade up towards the top of the board. Early on into this one, though, Zorte's been able to find a pick with that AWP. Finally getting that sniper involved in the action. He's actually got a second kill over on the A side of the map. Finally, something coming back for the T's, but forZe remain a man to the good.
Be interesting to see how this one plays out. forZe with the man advantage. Will they close it, or will it be a small comeback in round 27 for Esports Club Kyiv to pull this one out? Currently looking like forZe have the big advantage. But the B site is the only real weakness here. Flit, he's getting closer to a quicker rotation. He's missed his timing to stop them from getting into the apartments, but if he gets into a better spot, he could rotate quickly up to a shore to be there for the play into the B site. But it is Kenzie who has to do a good enough job. He has to hold on with at least one kill to try and delay and allow his teammates a little bit more time to get back over to the B side. Kenzie goes down without a fight. This B side could certainly fall, and the round could certainly crumble for forZe. And this walk back up short has been spotted. Flit's been dropped down, so really more pressure now on Kenzie. He has to perform here. He has to be able to shut them down. He's got one. Goes out for the short peek immediately, though, and that will cost him his life. He could have stayed alive a little longer in that situation. Just staying alive would have given more time for his teammates to get into a better spot, but now he's put his team in a difficult situation. A 2v2 retake. Luckily, Zorte's quick on the trigger, but it's down to the 1v1, and Almeza is the man that closes it. It's forced to walk away with a 16-11 win on Mirage. It's their map pick at the start of the closed qualifiers, and it's gone well.
And who else but Almeza to close it with the final kill. Beautifully traded. Zorte definitely having a good round towards the end there too, which I'm hoping we get to see more of, because I've heard a lot of good things about him. So nice to see that AWP coming into play, and nice to see forZe get the win, but it definitely was closer than we were expecting. Maybe that Mirage pick coming back into it. As I was saying earlier, a lot of teams are going to be really capable, really competent on this map. But the main thing for forZe is that they got the win. And that's all they care about for this first map, at least.
Yeah, and touching back on that point, right, you talked about how teams should be comfortable on Mirage. I think Inferno is another one of those maps where we should be seeing some level of comfortability for both teams. We're heading into that after the break. You don't want to go anywhere. Inferno's coming up after this. We'll see you right then.